I gotta sit up like this the whole time.
You know what I'm talking about, babe? Yeah. Now it's time for me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I was trying to think of what I was gonna tell y'all a story about, and I had a couple of stories that I was sitting up here like I'm gonna be moving because I'm hot, y'all. It's 100 and what my mom said. I think my mom said it's like 107 right now. It's hot as fuck outside, and it's hot in my room because I have to turn off all the fans so y'all won't hear all the back noise. So I'm hot and this light is in my face, the windows is open. I like to record in the daylight because I've noticed when I record at night, the light is kind of dim, even though I got the ring light on super high. But anyway, that don't matter. We came for the story, so y'all gonna see me moving, pushing back, scooting up. I'm gonna be doing a lot because I'm hot. I'm trying to find something comfortable. I don't know. Anyway, if you read the title, I don't know what I'm titling this because I don't know what story I'm telling first. I don't know which one I'm telling first, so it don't matter. Get your drink, get your snack. I got some glitter on my lip. Hold on. Get your drink, get your snack, get your herbal, and come back so we can get started with the story.
Period. 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 Period.
I'm drinking tea, y'all, because I gotta go to work. No liquor. I'm gonna do one on the weekend so I could drink with y'all, because I want to take some shots and stuff while I record. I might do that on Saturday, but anyway. Shipley's is the best donuts, and don't nobody come in the comments and debate me. Shipley's is the best donuts. Okay, now let's move on. So in today's video, I'm gonna tell y'all, cause when I was telling y'all that story time about my friend husband, that you didn't watch the last story, go back and watch it. Since I had told that story, I was like, ooh, let me tell y'all about the time when I was doing that 5-finger, I was doing my 5-finger discounts. So I'm gonna tell y'all that story time. It's plenty of those, but I'm gonna tell y'all like, it's gonna be multiples. I'm gonna just tell y'all stuff that we was doing. Okay. So in this story, I used to work at a retail store. I ain't gonna say the store, of course. I'm not gonna say anything to even give you an idea of the store. So just know that I worked in a popular retail store. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. It's popular. Not so much now. It kind of is still, but ever since internet stuff like Fashion Nova and Pretty Little Thing and stuff like that, this store is kind of like not as popular, but people still go there. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. The year 2004. So it was me, T, because I told y'all about T. Did I tell y'all about T? I don't know. Cause I'm trying to remember. Did I have her in a story time before? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna call her T, because I think that's what I called her in the story time. But this is one of my best friends back in the day. She's still my best friend to this day right now. Okay, me, and this girl, we gonna call her B, because her name is B. Like her real name started with a B, but I ain't gonna say her real name. But B, T, and then me, and then my friend that I told you husband had touched me. Her sister used to work, she started working with us, but then she ended up quitting. So she wasn't even around. So she worked there with us though, but she's not significant in the stories. She kind of is though, because she is. Okay, my friend, we're gonna call her J. So J, B, T, and me. We all worked in the store. We all went to the store at the same time. We all applied at the same time. We all got the job at the same time. That job has a high turnover because it's retail and people ain't trying to work for pennies or whatever. So we used to get like a 10% discount. That ain't shit. That's just taxes. And that's all. So whatever the price of the clothing item is, that's how much you're gonna pay for it. No tax. That's how we would do it. Okay, So when B didn't go with us to get the job. It was me, T, and J that went and got the job first. B came along later. Now, y'all remember Negative Nancy? Okay, here she in the story too. When B and Negative Nancy started working at the store with us, that's when we started doing the 5-finger discounts. Okay, so all these people are all in the story. Okay, just keep up with the people. Okay. I feel like the only one y'all really remember is Negative Nancy because she's like a prime character in a lot of stories. That was my ace, I told y'all. But anyway, so is T. But okay, let's continue on. We had worked, I'm trying to remember the particular day, but I'm gonna just tell y'all scenario. So one day when B was working, B and Negative Nancy, they like real rough around the edges as far as like hood shit. They don't give a damn about really nothing. They'll do whatever, say whatever, and you know how they will do things. And it was funny because I remember one time we used to have like this back room, and we used to take the clothes that we would want, like not take, like stealing them. We would just put them up to buy them. Like when we get paid, we would be like, okay, we hit our clothes. So we had a area that they would put like new shipment of clothes, and they would have them on the racks or whatever in the back. But we would take our clothes that we wanted, we would put them in the back there, and then when we get paid, we'd go back there, grab it, and we'd buy it, purchase it. Well, I remember one time we went back there and we seen B had put on layers. She had layers of shirts, and we walked back there, we worked there. So excuse me, y'all, I hate when I be drinking shit because I start that burping shit. But anyway, so we walk back there and we see B, and she pulling layers of tops like off. She's taking off the layers, and then she putting on, I guess she found something that she wanted, so she started putting it on. We used to have these tags. This was before they started doing ink tabs. We used to have these tabs, right? And you could just take we had the tag thing that you could pull it off because we work in the store. But if we couldn't get to it because, somebody watching, a manager or somebody, we would get scissors and we would pop the little sensor tag off so it won't go off it won't go off when you walk through the door. So we see all the tags on the floor and we see B putting layers, and we walk through the door and we're like, what you doing? Like, nobody was like, oh, we about to tell on you. We're like, what you doing? And she was like, girl, I'm about to take this shit. I'm not this. Girl, I'm about to take this shit. I'm not finna pay for this. I'm about to take it. So we was just like, how you gonna take it? So she was like, I already popped. She told us, I popped the tags. I'm finna wear it out the store. So we're like, you finna put on all them shirts? She's like, hell yeah, I'm finna lay up all these shirts. I'm finna put them on, and then I'm about to walk up out this hole. So she did. And we seen like she was successful. I never did that though. I'm gonna tell y'all what I used to do, but we ain't there yet. So then Negative Nancy started doing the same thing. She would layer on tops, no pins. They would just layer on the tops. They would layer the tops on, and then before we would leave, they would check our purses and stuff. So you couldn't just stick stuff in your purse because they sold like lip gloss and necklaces and stuff like that. So they checking to see, making sure you ain't got nothing in your purse. So you have to open your purse and then you leave. But they never check your body because who's layering clothes on their body? Now, if you purchase something in the store, they will make you keep your receipt with you. And then before you leave, they will check your receipt and make sure you got the correct stuff, that you didn't put nothing extra in your bag, and then you could go. So we already knew you couldn't buy extra stuff. You couldn't throw something in your bag that you didn't buy because they're going to check it. So, okay. We had some micromanagers, but we had some, I'm going to tell y'all about that too. It's going to be in the story. There wasn't no micromanager because they were doing the same stuff, but let's get there. Okay, so this how, I'm going to tell y'all how I started doing it. And then when I started doing it, then that's when they all started doing it. And do not judge me, okay? I was 20 years old. This is 2004, okay? Don't be judging me. And then I told y'all karma is real. I did get my karma. I'm going to tell y'all a story about that as well. How I know that my karma hit me in the ass, because I'm going to tell y'all, okay? I might do that after this video because then it'll coincide. So, okay. No, I can't do it after that because it won't coincide because I have to tell y'all about the next thing that I did and then I can tell y'all about that. So maybe I tell y'all the next thing I did and then I tell y'all the video of how the karma got to me. Yes, I'm gonna do it like that. So these 3 videos I'm about to post are gonna be all, you gotta watch them in order so you can understand okay, let's continue. So what I was doing, I was a lead cashier, right? When you're a lead cashier, you can override transactions. You the one in the middle, because they would have you in the middle and then they have 2 cashiers on the side of you. And then whenever it's an issue like returns or something like that, and the person don't want to, like a person bring back some clothes that they done wore and they want their money back, but we didn't give money back. We only did store credit. So you could get a store credit and or get another item and exchange it. But so I was the person who said yes, this, that, and the other, but I wasn't a manager or nothing like that. I was just a lead cashier. Okay, so you understand? Okay. All right. So being that I was a lead cashier, I knew a lot of things that I wouldn't have known if I was just a regular associate. So I knew there was no cameras. And then when I knew stuff, I would tell them. I'm like, ain't no cameras, ain't nobody watching you, ain't nobody looking down at us. So I kind of like, and see, I wasn't doing this to try to take stuff. I just was paying attention to everything going on because I was in charge of doing other things. So without being a manager or an assistant manager or associate higher than me, I was just a lead cashier. So I was telling the girls that I work with, I'm like, hey, when you check out, I said, I'm only gonna ring you up for one thing. I'm gonna act like I'm ringing up everything, but I'm only gonna ring you up for one thing. I'm like, you pay for it and then walk out the store. All right. So what I would do was I would tell my friends, I would tell T, B, Negative Nancy, and Jay, because Jay was the first one to do it because she didn't work there no more. So I told Jay, I said, come in the store, and I said, get with one of them people, T, J, Negative Nancy, somebody. I said, get the items that you want and get the items that they want. And I said, and I'm gonna ring it up. And I said, you only gonna pay a little bit of money. Like say like the bill was like supposed to be $200. She only gonna pay $50. She got $200 worth of shit. Just like how you would do if you go to like self-checkout at Walmart. Don't do that shit though, because now they catching your ass. Don't do it. And don't say you got it from me. And because this, like I said, this was 2004, I'm sorry. That is a whole different, you gonna get your ass in jail. Don't do this. But so I would ring up the stuff. I would like ring up like one thing and then I would let 10 things pass by. Ring up one thing, let 5 things pass by. And the people that's by me, they're not paying attention to what the hell I'm doing because I'm at the top. Remember I told you, I'm in the middle, I'm at the top. And they below me at the bottom. They like, right, they on the side of me, but they not. So I can do things that they can't do. So I'm doing it, whatever. So I tell her how much. I don't even say the price. I just tell her, look down at the thing and then pay me. And then she just walk out the store. Man, I think I did this. I don't know how many times, a whole bunch of times I did it. My whole wardrobe was that whole store. I had a whole, so what I was saying to my friends that I would tell, come up there. I'm like, you come up there, you got to get my shit and I get your stuff. But I'm not, you got to get my stuff. So I'm like, because I'm risking my job. So I'm like, if you going to do it, you got to get. So I would make them do that, whatever. So when I started doing that, I'm trying to remember because T was never a cashier. I think B was a cashier and she started doing it. And she would do it for everybody in the store, like the ones who I told you, T, B, me, and Negative Nancy. And I don't know if Negative Nancy was a cashier at one time, but I know I would get their clothes for them. And I would do the same thing. I would tell them, come in, like if they off on their off day, I'm like, come in and I'm gonna ring your stuff up. And then you just walk out and just get a whole bunch of stuff. So we would do that. Now, if it was a particular manager, and I told y'all this story, and I don't know what story time I think I told y'all this was when the girl that grabbed my cheeks. Yes, this was it. Because the person who I told y'all I went out with, she used to be over me. She was a supervisor at that store. Okay, if you didn't watch that story time, go watch it. It's the story time where I said the girl grabbed my cheeks. Okay. This manager that I used to work with, she used to steal out of the safe. Now, she was an assistant manager. She wasn't the store manager. She was the assistant manager. All the assistant managers had keys to the safes. She would go in the safe. She would take out, just say like the safe had like $3,000. She would take out $1,500. When she would get paid on Friday, she would put the $1,500 back. And she was doing this she was doing this so much that I think she started to not put all the money in the safe because they were not checking her safe, because they all had their own safe, their own key, and they was in charge of what money was in the safe. That money was for like at night or whatever shift they worked, for us to like exchange, you know, if we needed more ones, we needed more tens, fives. You know how it go. If you worked in a store and you dealt with money, you know, you got to exchange big bills for smaller bills or whatever. So that's where the safe was. But she would go in the safe and take money. And then when she would get paid, she would put the money back. And she kept doing that until she got fired. She got fired after I left. And I know because I was still friends with the girl in the story time I told y'all about. I don't remember what I named her, but we were still friends. But they caught her stealing because she was doing it so much. I guess they started watching her. And I think that the store manager had went in her safe and found that money was missing, and she got caught like that. But when she would work, we could do whatever we wanted, because she was a thief already. She was a thief. But see, at the time, I didn't know. At the time, I didn't know till later, like as we started going on and still was doing our little thing. I just knew she was super cool. She would go on her break and she would go smoke in her car. She would come back. She wouldn't really be saying nothing, tripping off of us. She wouldn't say nothing. I think T didn't even work there no more. I think she had left already from working there, because I don't think she worked there anymore, because I stayed a little bit after her. But B was still doing her thing. But once we started, like I told y'all, once we started doing the cash shit, nobody was putting clothes on, because they was putting clothes on, but you couldn't get no pants. So we had to come up with another way. So that's what they was doing. Now, I know y'all probably like, did you get caught? Because every time you do something, a person always get caught. Nobody got caught doing this, because for one, we did not have cameras like watching the registers like that. We didn't have cameras watching the registers. I don't even think we had cameras we didn't even have cameras in the store, because people would go in the store, like people off the street would go in the store. And I told you we had the magnet things that go, if you go through the door, it'll go off. Well, you could pop it with scissors. You could pop it with scissors. You could pop it with anything that was hard enough to like put wedge between and pop it. People would pop that and stick the things inside pockets of jeans, jackets, or whatever, and they would put the clothes on in the fitting rooms and walk out the store with the shit. And it was happening a lot. So there was no cameras. We would just get like jackets or check them when we putting stuff back, and we would find that all those little tags was inside the jackets or the jeans or whatever, and they done stole everything. Or we had an elevator inside the store. No camera. Remember I told you they would pop it in the elevators, and the door and the elevators are right next to each other, and they would just run out the store. Nobody knew. Walk out the store with the stuff in their hand. Nobody knew, because nobody's standing there at the door watching them leave. So people were stealing out of there left and right. And I know now you can't do that, because they have ink tags on it. So if you pop that tag, the ink gonna go all over the clothes and all over you. So there ain't none of that going on. But in 2004, it was, you could do whatever you want. Basically, you take whatever you want, and the only way you're gonna get caught is if they call the police. And who finna be doing all that over some damn $6 shirts, you know? So I advise, do not do none of these things. This was when I was 20 and stupid. Dumb and stupid, because that you couldn't pay me to do no dumb shit like that. I would not do that. Well, I'm old as hell now, but even still, I wouldn't do that. And like I said, None of us got caught. Nobody told on us. The only person that got caught doing anything bad was that manager, because she was stealing money out the safe. Nobody stole money. Nobody, like, I ain't no way I was taking money out the drawer. I was just taking clothes. I wasn't doing none of that. And like I said, karma ended up catching me in a different way. So I'm going to tell y'all the next story. You know what? I'm going to just tell y'all a piece right now. Because I'm like, do I want to go into the next? Child. Yeah, I'm going to just tell y'all a piece. Okay, because this all coincide. Then I could just tell y'all the karma story. Okay, after that job, I had another job. I worked at another retail store. And I had 2 jobs at the same time. So I walked into this other retail store and I got the job there. And I wasn't even applying or looking for a job. The lady just, I walked in the store. I told you I could talk to a rock. It doesn't matter. I'm so friendly. I'm so cool, whatever. Shout out to my subscriber that I did makeup on last week. I did her makeup on Thursday, this past Thursday. Shout out to you, Nicole, because this just made me remember. Me and her was talking, like, I felt like I knew her, and I'm sure she felt the same way, even though she watched me. You know, y'all kind of know me, but I don't really know you. But when I met her, it's like we knew each other. So when I met this lady at the retail store, I went in the retail store and my mom was with me. And we walked in and I was getting some, you know, getting an outfit or whatever for my job that I worked at my other job. So when I walked up in there, the lady was like, are you looking, she asked me, do you have retail experience? And I told her I already got a retail job. I'm working right now. And then she was asking me some other questions. And then she was like, you know, I like your personality. I like how you are. She was like, would you, if I offered you a position here, would you take it? And I was like, how much are you going to pay me? And the job was paying me $5 more than what I was getting paid at my job that I was stealing it. So I was like, hey, I told her, yeah, I'll take the job. So I took the job, but I didn't leave my first job. I stayed there for about a month or 6 weeks. So I had both of those jobs for about that time. And then I ended up giving my 2-week notice with them. And then I ended up going and working at this job. So at this job, I didn't outright start doing the same thing. Now, I know y'all like, this girl is horrible. Yes, listen, I learned my lesson. Trust me, I did. By the skin of my fucking teeth. I could have got caught, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I worked at this job for maybe 2 years tops. I didn't stay past the 2-year mark, but my last year working there at this job, because I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. I ain't going to tell y'all nothing about the job. Just know it was a retail job and it was very, very high end. High end as far as they sold expensive, like suits for business women. So like women that's in the corporate world or any type of high-end position job, CEO, whatever. They sold like suits for those women. These suits would start at $500 just for the jacket. Okay, so this was a high-end store. I know y'all like, what the hell you was doing up in there? I was in there because I needed some pants that only they sold in this store. So, and the pants that I was buying was $70. And I know people, but remember, this is 2004. So $70 for a pair of pants is high as fuck. Now it's probably not so much, but back then, that's high. Back then, that's very, very high. When the cost of food, you could buy a basket full of groceries and spend $50. Now, if you too young and you don't know, then you just don't know. But if you in my age range, then you already know that in 2004, the cost of living was way, 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 way cheaper. Okay. I just need you to understand, because I know I don't want nobody in the comments being like, If you in my age range, then you know. Then you understand. Okay. I got the job, y'all, and I was still 20 years old. I stayed from 20 until I was about 22. I worked at this job. Now, my last year working there, a lot of things started changing. The person who hired me, she no longer worked there anymore. She stopped working there about a year into my job. So she had a lot of health issues. She was an older woman. She was in her 70s. She was an older white woman. She was having a lot of problems, a lot of health issues. She was forgetful. She had a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so the lady it was 3 of us that worked there. It was me, and it was another older lady. The other older lady was probably about 40, and then me, 20. Okay. All of us worked different shifts. Some of the time it would be me and the older lady, or it'd be me and the lady who was 40. Okay. The lady who was 40 ended up taking the lady that left, the one who hired me, she ended up getting her position. So she became the store manager. Now, when she became the store manager, she had to hire somebody else to come in because we needed a third person, because it's a small shop. So we don't need a lot of people. It could be 3, a max of 4 of us, but we all never worked the same time. It'd be like 2 work this time, 2 work this time, and then 1 person on Sunday, sometimes 2 people, depending on the sale or what we had going on. Okay, I just want y'all to understand. I just don't want to jump in and tell y'all just directly out. Okay, it's another lady that started working there, and the lady was probably about close to the same age as the lady that was over us. So they probably both about 40, 42-ish, 3, something like that. But the lady that took over for her was very, very, I'm trying to think. She was fashionable. She was fabulous, y'all. The lady had a bomb ass shape. I'm talking about, she was stacked, looking good. She was single. She inspired me to want to be great when I turned 40. Let me just say that. And I'm about to be 40. So she put that in my mind, like, just because you know, when you younger and you think about this age, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but if you hear, y'all know what I do. I go off on a tangent, but I'm bringing it back. But you know, when you be at a certain age and you be like, damn, that seem old, until you get there. Because you ain't gonna know till you get there. Once you get there, then you there, and you be like, it's really, you really feel the same way. That's really how it is. Okay, to say this. The lady that was over us, she got jealous of the lady. The lady's black, fine. You know, black don't crack. She look good. She don't even look her age. She had a bomb ass car, the top drop car. She used to go on dates. These men that used to come up in there for her, I'm talking about gorgeous, fine, black, beautiful men that were coming there asking for her. She just inspired me to want to be great. The lady was fabulous. And we worked at a nice, a high-end store, I told y'all. So she was just like that girl. She was that fucking girl. I wonder where she at now, what she doing now. But at the time, she was that girl. So the lady was jealous of that too. Now, I am not one of them. Yes, I am. Stop lying, Joelanda. Yes, you are. I can be very vindictive, and I can be a little evil. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm going to take accountability. I can be a little evil. I can be a little nasty. I could be a little nasty nice. If you cross me, I mean, y'all know what sign I am. I can be like that. I try not to be, but I got it in me to do it. Well, at this time in my life, I was young and still trying to find my way. So I was like, you know what? The lady was being kind of fucked up to me. Now, we was close at one point. Not the black. This is the boss that took over. I didn't give her no name. This is not Fabulous. This is not Black and Fabulous. Me and Black and Fabulous was on the same page of some vindictive, you know, FU type shit. We was on the same page. Like, we finna be team fuck her. That's what we was on. Okay. Now, this lady did not own the store, but I knew everything about the store. I knew the store ain't had no cameras. I knew the store time. I mean, I opened and closed the store. I had a key to the store. I had all this stuff. Like, I had a lot of access, and so did the other lady. We all did, because it was just us that ran the store. Okay, so what I had did was, y'all, I had a rapport with the people that worked in the store, and I used to get a discount in the store. So my discount was 50% on shit. So what I would do was I would flip my money. And I know y'all like, what? What does that mean? I'm gonna tell you. The jackets will cost $500. I would tell the person, don't buy it. I'm gonna let you use my discount. The people who I was real cool with, and I wasn't afraid that they was gonna tell on me, because they was getting this discount, so they wasn't finna say nothing, because they knew if they say something to her, then you ain't never gonna get no discount again, because it's gonna be over with. It's over. So I would be, you know, I had a good rapport with these ladies that would come in the store. So, you know, I'm talking to them. I'm helping them find stuff. I'm matching shit for them. They like my style. They were always requesting me to help them. naturally. You want somebody that's young and knows fashion and stuff. And I used to be into all of that because at one point in my life, I wanted to live in California and I wanted to be in the fashion industry, but that didn't happen. You know, I was following after men. So don't do that. Follow your dream. But anyway, so I used to tell them, okay, I'm gonna ring this up, but I'm gonna give you my discount. And I'm like, and when I would ring them up, I would pocket the money. So say the jacket was $500. I would act like I rung it up. I would give it to them. I would tell them, you cannot return it because if she see that you got a discount, you can't get nothing. They're going to ask you where you have a discount. So I would tell them all this stuff. You can't return. You can't do this. This final sale. Do you want it? You sure? Okay. They give me the $250. I put the $250, you know, make it look like I did everything right. I never rung the shit up, y'all. I gave it to them for free. They just didn't know. And I would take the $250 and I would pocket it. That's what I would do. And I did that for about 4 or 5 months. So I would do that all the time until, because I remember one time she was doing like, we had to do like inventory and stuff was missing. Like it'd be like jackets missing, like 3 jackets from this collection missing, pants from this collection missing. And she'd be like, I don't know where it happened to it. And I'd be like, I don't know either. You know, you gotta play that role. I don't know. Maybe somebody rung it up. Maybe somebody misdid this. There was no way to like find a way to know if somebody did it wrong or whatever. You couldn't figure it out. You couldn't find out. So when I was like, okay, I'm about to get up out of here because I know eventually it's gonna be a way. Just gonna get found out that I was doing something. I don't know. Taking it, doing, I don't know. And I don't know if she gonna blame me or she gonna blame Miss Fabulous. I don't know. So I had ended up getting a job at Metro, and that's when it became the CDL driver that you know today. So I had seen an ad because I was doing it. I was doing that for a while, y'all. I was getting money. I bought a new car. I was doing a whole bunch of shit because I'm pocketing the money and I'm making my check and I'm getting side money from doing that. Okay, so I ended up seeing an ad and to drive Metro buses, and I would be getting paid more than what I was getting. I was gonna get paid like $18, $19 an hour. I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to do that. So I put the application in, did all the stuff, did all of that, and they hired me. And then I didn't even give her my 2 weeks notice because I was on some fuck you type shit because she was being real mean. She went from being a nice lady, sweet, understanding, she taught me some stuff to being like nasty, mean, vindictive, rude. She just was nasty. So I was like, I was on some, like I told you, some fuck you type shit. So I just didn't give my 2 weeks. I just didn't come back no more. And by the skin of my teeth, I didn't get caught. I don't advise you to do no shit like that. Don't steal. It ain't worth it. Because what I'm about to tell y'all next, in this next story time, is going to be why I told y'all I got karma. Karma came back and put his foot in my ass. And all the way, I could feel his foot in my throat. That's how deep he put his foot in my ass. But I was doing that, y'all, and I did it for a while. And I did it at both them jobs back to back. And I didn't get caught or anything, but life caught me. So if you like this story and you want to hear the next part to this story, then watch Thursday video. And I'm going to have it. I'm going to put part 1 and then I'm going to put part 2 so y'all know that they together. But this is how it all started with the taking from the job, the 5-finger discount. I don't advise you to do that. If you even think or have the urge to want to do it, just don't do it. Just don't do it, because you might not get caught by whoever, the police, the person, whatever, but life is going to catch you. And when life catch you, I feel like that's even worse than them catching you, because yes, you could do the time. Yes, you could sit down for a minute, but you still gonna have to deal with karma eventually. And I'm a huge believer on what you put out, you get back. So don't put out good energy, put out good light, put out positive stuff. I don't do none of that stuff no more. It don't even cross my mind. I work hard for the things that I got, and I learned a huge lesson. Like I said, I was young. I was 20, 21, 22 doing this stuff. And If I could go back and talk to myself, I'd tell my dumb ass, what the hell you doing? Is you stupid? Like, don't do that dumb ass shit. That's what I'm telling y'all right now. Just some harsh, blunt reality. Don't do that stupid shit, because it's going to come back to you 10 times harder. And it's going to come back in unexpected ways. Remember that it doesn't have to come back the way that you think. It could come back unexpectedly in a different scenario. Remember what I'm telling you. Now, watch part 2. I love y'all. Bye.